It was early morning in Jerusalem. The first rays of sunlight slipped through the clay rooftops, spilling across the narrow stone-paved streets. Vendors were already calling out in the marketplace, their voices mingling with the fluttering of doves above the temple roof. But in a small, forgotten corner of the city, down a dim alley no one paid much attention to, a man sat huddled against a weathered wall. His name was Eliab. Eliab had lived in darkness all his life. From the moment he entered this world, he had never known what light looked like. The only difference he could tell was the warmth of the sun compared to the coolness of the shade. His ears had grown sharper than most. He could hear the soft shuffling of an old woman's sandals far down the street, or the murmur of two passers-by whispering to each other. But those whispers were often like sharp knives to his heart. Many would say, surely his parents committed some terrible sin, and God punished him with blindness from the womb. Those words pierced deeper than any physical wound. Eliab never blamed his parents. He blamed himself for being a burden. His father had died when he was still a boy. His mother, frail and worn, passed away during a bitter winter. Since then, he survived on the pity of strangers, sitting by the roadside with an outstretched hand, hoping for a few coins to buy food. He was used to being ignored, used to being avoided, used to the darkness, both around him and within him. Yet in recent days, there had been a name echoing through the city's chatter, a name whispered in markets and spoken in hushed tones in narrow streets: Jesus. They said he was a teacher from Nazareth, one who healed the lame, cleansed lepers, and even raised the dead. A few who passed by Eliab speculated, if this Jesus can heal the blind, perhaps Eliab has a chance. But what if his fate is sealed? Perhaps he was born to bear this curse forever. Eliab heard it all, but only gave a faint, sad smile. He didn't believe miracles were meant for him. All his life, he had been told, this is your fate, and fate, he thought, could not be changed. That morning, as he sat in his usual spot, he heard footsteps stop right in front of him. A voice spoke, deep, calm, unlike any he had ever heard. Do you want to see? Eliab froze. No one had ever asked him that before. He hesitated, his voice tinged with doubt. Sir, who wouldn't want to? But such a thing can't happen to me. The voice answered, gentle, yet with an unshakable certainty. It can happen, if you believe. From the murmurs around him, Eliab heard, that's the teacher, Jesus, the one who's healed so many. A shiver ran through him, not from fear, but from a tiny spark of hope he had buried long ago. He listened as the teacher spoke to the crowd, and then felt a warm hand rest on his shoulder. Stand up, come with me. Eliab let the hand guide him. He didn't know where they were going, only that he could hear the sound of wind, footsteps, and then stillness. The air smelled of earth and water. Perhaps they were outside the city, near a small stream. Then he heard the teacher's voice again, soft yet firm. This happened so that the works of God might be displayed in you. He heard a strange sound. Jesus spat on the ground, mixed the saliva with dust, and gently placed the mud over Eliab's eyes. Go, wash in the pool of Siloam. The words felt like a command wrapped in kindness, yet carrying a power that went beyond human strength. Eliab obeyed. Someone led him to the pool, and when the water touched his eyes, light. At first, it was blinding, a blur of brightness that made him squeeze his eyes shut. Then slowly, shapes began to form, the shimmering surface of the water, his trembling hands, faces staring at him in astonishment, and far away, the figure of a man in a simple robe, with eyes full of gentleness. Tears filled Eliab's eyes. He wept like a child born a second time. His tears mingled with the water, washing away years of darkness and despair. He could see the blue of the sky, the lines in his palms, the stones beneath his feet, and most of all, he could see Jesus smiling at him. Eliab ran to him, falling to his knees, voice shaking. Teacher, now I can see. Jesus placed a hand on his head and said quietly, The light you see is not only with your eyes, it is in your heart. Healed and made whole. Live as one who has found the light, and do not let the darkness return. That day, Eliab received more than sight. He received a new life. From a man living in shame and shadow, he became a witness to the light, telling anyone who would listen about the hand that lifted him up. A hand that pulled him not only from the dust of the earth but from the pit of hopelessness. And he knew, the greatest miracle Jesus had done for him was not letting him see the sun, but letting him see the one who is the light that never fades.